Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Our top story today, Pakistan beats India in last night's Asia Cup 2022 match.
Yes, we'll also be talking about a glider pilot who tragically died in Dubai this weekend.
A new code of conduct for educators is being implemented.
And Sharjah cab fares are all set to drop, so that's interesting.
That is interesting, and do stay tuned because later in the show, we're going to talk about the Dubai Cinderella story that could have been, although it involves a Louboutin and it may not have been. Also, Cinderella's voice is broken from last night's match, which we'll get to in a little bit.
How was your weekend, Casey?
My weekend was solid until I went down on Saturday night.
Where did you go on Saturday night?
I don't think I'm going to name the location because of what happened.
What happened?
This is like heart-wrenching. You go to a venue that requires a booking, right? So when you go in, it's a deposit type situation. So like, okay, can we have your Emirates ID or your credit card?
Okay.
Not thinking, it's like 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, take the credit card. About an hour and a half later, I get my credit card back, and then I wasn't paying for the room. That's not the way it was. There was like 10 of us, so we all put our cards in, we all pay, like split the fare, whatever. Yesterday morning, check my bank balance, and I'm like, that's lower than usual.
How much was gone?
So I went back into, those like when you look at messages after a night out, and it looked like I had the best night ever. That was okay. It was fine. Well, there was like a 365 dirham charge, a 400 dirham charge, a 100 dirham charge. I was like, I've been paying for someone's drinks. So my card obviously went in.
Yeah.
Someone somehow was tapping my card, paying for drinks because
from the staff.
Yeah. I don't know. I called the place, and this is why I don't want to mention the venue. The manager's being amazing. He's trying to get the times and stuff, which I don't have the times. It's weird. But someone between those 2 hours was tapping my cards for drinks. So I had a good weekend, but I'm like over 1,000 dirham down because someone had a better weekend than me.
I was just gonna say, oh my god, that's insane!
Isn't that wild?
But everyone from your group paid for their own food, drinks.
So we finished up, and it was like you have to pay for the room. So we all split it, and so like I made 2 charges when I was there, and like so those are within the charges. But then there's another 1,000 dirham that I did not make. So word of advice to you: if they ever ask for your credit card or your Emirates ID. Give the Emirates ID.
Give the Emirates ID, not the card. Oh my god! So you had the option of giving either or. Yeah,
and I don't carry my Emirates ID out because my card is like a backup in case I lose my phone battery.
Yeah,
I don't have a backup ID. But I will say the location, the venue. He was like, this never happened before, and he was like, we take the cards, we put them in this like blue book, and it's all very safe and secure. And he's being super duper helpful. They're asking all the right questions, but at the same time, I'm like, how am I going to get that back?
Oh my God, Casey, that's insane. I really hope your money is given back to you because that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Tell them you're going to sue them if you don't get it back. Like, that would be wild. I mean, honestly, like, I don't think anyone would be okay with this. Like, do not be okay with this. You're getting your money back.
I had a strongly worded call yesterday, but then because the manager's being so nice, I'm kind of like,
no.
I know, but I need to, I want him doing the investigating for me, so I need to I'm like, thank you so much, really appreciate your help but I think as a manager, he's thinking, this has never happened before. So also
you have to sit on the fence.
He was like, what were you wearing? Because we need to check. So then he's sending me photos of me there. And I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing because he's watching my night. And let's just say the venue requires, it's a type of an entertainment where you partake. So.
But knowing you're not that embarrassing in public venues. Unlike some people.
I think, well, interesting. But I think that anyone who thinks that their night is being watched over by someone with a fine-tooth comb to see what happens.
Yeah.
die a little bit inside. Anyway, that was my night. So be careful if you are ever asked, give your Emirates ID rather than your credit card, because although Dubai is a super safe place, and sometimes someone's out to have a better night than you.
Pro tip, major pro tip. Thank you for that. Keep that in mind for sure. But guys, we move on to our first story, which has the city buzzing. Now, Pakistan beat India in last night's Asia Cup 2022 match. Now, India took on Pakistan for the second time in the span of 10 days as they began their campaign for in the Super 4 of the Asia Cup on Sunday. And this time around, Pakistan emerged victorious against India in a nail-biting match that had fans on the edge of their seats until the very last minute. Where the Green Army won by 5 wickets against the men in blue, and the celebrations that followed were colossal, as one would expect.
Yeah, I feel like there's the rivalry on the field, and then you have all of the celebrations after, because last night the city was lit with Pakistani supporters. So congratulations, Pakistan. India, of course, began with a bang, and Kohli looking close to his best. He was playing an amazing match, but kept losing wickets, scoring only 88 in their last 10 overs. Then from the Pakistani side, we had Mohammad Nawaz, who was the player of the match hands down, and Simran will attest to that. She was watching it. However, Iftikhar sealed it for Pakistan after Arshdeep missed his yorker again, and ended up bowling a full toss around off. It was an unbelievable match, and you watched it from start to finish.
I watched it. Yeah, I was at Adil Sajan's house, and it was insane. Like so we had like people from Pakistan and India watching, and it was like a very mixed, like equal number of people. So every time there was a wicket or a catch or a fall or like a sixer or anything, it was just insane. The screaming was insane. The lights were going green or blue, and it was just a lot of screaming.
I could hear it in your voice today. How long is a cricket match? I know how long approximately?
The match started at 6, so it continued till 10, so I think 4 hours. I would 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9:45, 10. And it was just a lot of screaming. A lot. And crying and tears towards the very end. And I'm telling you, like, you just could not tell who would win the match. You just couldn't tell until the very, very, very end. Until the last ball was missed, then you're like, okay, you know where it's gonna go. But like until that last 10 minutes, you had no idea.
What was the mood like where you were after the last ball?
After the last ball, like it was tears for India, but it was just like
tears in the room.
Yeah, internally, my tears were external because these days I'm just crying about everything. And then Pakistanis, they knew that when Arshdeep missed that ball, they knew they have won the match. So the celebrations for them were going on like for 10 minutes.
As you would expect. Yeah. And I love seeing all of these crowd scenes. Like they're so joyful. There's so much positivity in the air. However, Asia Cup, so we're expecting India-Pakistan final.
We are expecting, but we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't
know.
So,
and would that be, because they said that India-Pakistan will play 3 times, is that the final or it's going to be the third time? We expect the third time will be the final.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow, it's so good.
I know. Oh, okay. See, I feel like we should do an India and Pakistan thing.
Oh my God, I'll have to get a jersey. 100%.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, I'm all team Pakistan. I love having a team to support. If Ireland can't be there, Pakistan, I love you. We're going to do it.
You don't love India?
Do you love Pakistan?
Of course
I love India enough. But you're Team India, I'm Team Pakistan, and I'm Team Pakistan all the way for final of the Asian Cup.
All the way.
Get their team. I know you can do it. Last night was heroic. And we're going to see it happen.
Okay, you know what? Let's have a bet. If you win, if I win, like let's do something.
I feel like it's bragging rights.
No, not bragging. Let's do something about it. What are we going to do if...
Okay, fine. If India win...
Okay.
On Team Pakistan, I'll wear an India jersey for a week. If Pakistan
Every day on this show?
Every day on the show.
Okay, fine.
In Pakistan, or how about just the next day? Because there are different outfits.
No, why? Okay. No, it is for a week. You said it makes sense.
Okay, fine. If Pakistan win, you'll wear
Pakistani
Pakistan jersey for a week.
Sounds good.
Does anyone have a Pakistani jersey? That would be great.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's jump into a sad story that unfolded over Dubai this weekend. So a glider pilot tragically died. He was on an amateur-built glider powered by a paramotor engine, and it crashed in the Skydive Club area in Margam, Dubai. The General Civil Aviation Authority, that's the GCAA, they confirmed it on Sunday. So the GCAA's Air Investigation Division immediately launched a probe into the incident, which resulted in the death of the glider's South African pilot. Now the GCAA extends its condolences to the family and the relatives of the victim in this sad time. And of course, our thoughts and prayers are with the South African pilot and his family.
That's extremely sad, honestly. And like Casey said, our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends at the moment. But we move on to our next story now. Sharjah announced a decrease in their cab fares. So keeping in line with the drop in fuel prices across the UAE, your taxi fares will be dropping as well. And thanks to the UAE gas prices being slashed in Dubai and Sharjah, minimum fares have dropped to 15.5 dirhams from 17.5 dirhams.
That's money in your pocket. Taxi riders who use the SRTA services on August 6th also confirmed the drop in minimum fares. So last month, the minimum fare increased from 13.5 to 17.5 after the Sharjah RTA said it would, set its taxi fares each month based on the latest fuel prices in the country. So as we see which makes sense, right? So as we see the fuel prices go up and down every month, the Sharjah RTA are also going to go up and down with their taxi fares. I get it.
Eeks. I mean, like, it sounds good for now, but like as fuel prices increase, you just know in your head that, okay, fares would increase as well. But I had this question for you a couple of weeks ago, if you remember. I'm like, why aren't cab fares dropping if like fuel prices are dropping? But yeah, I guess it is in Sharjah.
Well, they weren't going up either.
They were, no? Like they were increased.
Uber went up.
No, all like they announced it 2 months ago that cab fares
up once.
Once, yeah, they announced it once, yeah, that cab fares will increase in line with fuel prices increasing. And then I'm like, okay, well now they're dropping. Why aren't cab fares dropping?
But this is the thing, and I think it's cool that it's happening, but at the same time, if you kind of need because RTA, we think of it as like it's nearly public transport, as in it's run by the government authority and body. So you kind of want a stable price. If you're budgeting for the next 6 months, it's convenient to know exactly what you're going to be paying. So yes, like we've seen quite a rise in fuel prices over the last year. It's been quite dramatic. So therefore, if fuel prices raise once, I get it. If they're always raising every month, it's very tricky to. It's very tricky. I can see the benefits, I see the pros and cons against it, but if they raise once, even though our fuel prices have raised a lot in the last year, I get that. Pros and cons on either side, I would say.
Very true. Like if it is increased, like since it's increased 2 months ago for Dubai RTA taxis, Hala taxis, and if it stays that amount, even with the fuel rising, like maybe to 5 dirhams, if it stays that same amount, it makes sense. But you know, if it keeps going up and not down with the fuel prices, then it's like, you know, then you have a few questions in your mind. I feel like
they have our back. I feel like RTA public taxis in general are cheaper than places.
Of course.
Now, for people who are not getting RTA taxis, for people who are walking around DIFC in Louboutins, we have a Dubai Cinderella story for you. An influencer's Louboutin got stuck in a DIFC elevator. Escalator.
Elevator is the left.
Escalator. In this modern, that makes more sense. In this modern age, 21st century's roaring 20s, the closest thing you'll get to Prince Charming is an escalator in Dubai. An influencer May knows all about it. So Miss Mayarbak, MISSMAYRIBAK, was casually enjoying a mall visit in DIFC when the unexpected what in the Disney moment happened and her Louboutin got stuck in the escalator queue. Panic sirens.
Whoa.
It's not what you want.
That is quite scary. So what this rom-com moment, so was it a moment that was waiting to happen, or did the escalator really want those shoes? Now, people who are wondering about what happened to the poor shoe, you'll be relieved to know that helpfully charming mall staff made a smooth rescue. Now, that's what, like, you would Not all heroes wear capes.
Not all heroes
there
wear
you
capes.
go. The mall staff were there to her rescue.
Can I tell you that, like, the funniest thing about this story? So we covered it this weekend. It was written by Sarah Madany, and I think the phrase she used was the shoe is intact, or it came out relatively intact. And I think the commenters are like probably like shoe fiends or shoe enthusiasts, because the shoe, although it's still capable of working as a shoe, it might still get you from A to B. The kind of aesthetic side of the Louboutin is completely ruined. Like the heel is just, it's totally damaged. I don't know, even like, I feel like the Louboutin people are probably shoe fairies and they can work a lot of magic. They're not getting this shoe back. Like it's ruined, it's gone, it's just.
No.
So when she used the word relatively intact, they're all like, no, that shoe is not worth, that shoe is not what it used to be.
The pain of buying shoes that expensive, and then that happened.
And it's a classic shoe. Now, by the way, in case you don't know, these Louboutins run you a pretty penny. I'm just going to do a quick, and this is like the classic, really hard to get.
Stilettos, the original. Huh?
Classic Louboutin shopping. So they're like 2,900 dirham for the shoe. It's a classic shoe. You'll have it your whole life. But unfortunately, in this case, mind your Louboutins in the DIFC escalators. That
sucks. And if you're wearing heels, just take the elevator. I mean, you just don't want this to happen to you under any circumstance. But insane, like you cannot walk on grass with heels. You cannot walk, like so many surfaces are just not heel friendly.
Just not.
It's just not a good place for women, this world.
That was a stretch of the imagination, wasn't it? You went from A to B real quick.
Escalators, grass, pavements, sand.
I never wear heels to work, but I do enjoy them. I must say. Anyway, if you want to see that video, it's on our Instagram. Went live over the weekend. We actually had some really cool stories live over the weekend and some videos. So if you want to check them out, they're all on our Instagram feed. It's 8:52 in the morning, and you might think our show is over, but no. Simran and I are learning Arabic one day at a time. And we usually do one word, but
I feel like today, Casey has a very unique phrase in mind.
Because, when we were talking about it, so the Al Ramsa Institute, if you follow them on Instagram, please do. I urge you to do, because they're trying to actually do what we're doing, which is teach Emirati Arabic to people like us who don't know any. And I just was flicking over the weekend, and I said this to Simran, because I feel like it's a phrase that we could both use. The phrase is, he or she is a headache. Not have a headache, is a headache.
Exactly.
So if you know someone that is a headache, I love that turn of phrase. They give me a pain in my head, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. So, are you cool with learning that today?
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to learn?
No, I'm good with that.
Do you think you'll make use out of it?
I feel like today I'm going to try it on a couple of people.
Okay. So, she is a headache. He, Sadiat, Reyes.
Yeah? You got it?
Ali's saying no.
No?
I can turn it up the volume. Okay. He, Sadiat, Reyes. I'm trying to say he is a headache.
Use the box. This
is Emirati Arabic. Ali is Bahraini, so maybe I'm getting the dialect wrong.
Ali, forget the dialect. Is it correct? Like the basic. We can't hear you.
Okay, I'm going to turn it up, this volume. Who Sadiat Ras.
Wow.
He. I'm going to learn he, because Who Sadiat Ras. Who? Sadiat Ras.
Who?
Does that like he's a pain in the head? Can you hear Ali?
Not really. So who Sadiat Ras?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Who Sadiat Ras? Who is Sadiat Ras?
Who is Sadiat Ras?
Is Sadiat Ras?
Who is
Sadiat
Ras? Is it Ras or Al Ras?
Ras.
Ras? Ras. Al Ras. What is he saying?
We'll go again.
So it doesn't mean he has a headache. It means he's a headache by himself. Sadat Ras.
Sadat Ras.
Who is Sadat
Shout
Ras?
out to Al Ramsta Institute because you were giving me the phrases in Arabic that I need in my life. Who? Sadat Ras.
And the best part about this phrase is that he is a headache is the same as she is a headache.
No, it's
because
not.
she is never a headache. Oh, it's not the same?
No,
I thought it was funny.
I went with the he, which is who,
Oh.
but the girl is he, Sadat Ras.
Oh, and the guy is who Sadat Ras. I thought she was being funny and she's saying the female is never a headache.
No. Okay,
Oh.
if you can do better, send us your videos. We'd love to see you learning Arabic one day at a time with us. Should we put it in a longer sentence and then we can go?
Sure, you go first.
Okay, I just want to get the spelling first and put it into my little dictionary so it's not forgotten. Sadat Ras. S-A-D-I-A-T.
Who Sadat Ras. And then there is he Sadat Ras for females.
Okay. Who Sadat Ras. Every June.
Oh! Oh!
Because my Sayara is Mumtaz. Because I have a lot of flus.
Killed it! Killed it! She used fulus like we never use fulus. She used sayara like we never use sayara. Al-yum, that was a good one.
Even when you lose your voice, you keep your sarcasm intact, which is great. Okay.
So, he is a headache every day in my car because you have no money.
I mentioned my car was amazing because I have a lot of money.
Oh. Can you do the English translation for that? Because I feel like I messed up the English translation.
No, you were pretty much there. I didn't like. He is a headache.
Yeah. Okay. He's a headache.
Come on, learn your words.
No, say it.
He is a headache because my car is amazing and I have a lot of money.
So he's a headache. That makes sense.
Who? Sadat Ras.
Who Sadat Ras? Because he thinks that he is Taqiya Shabab and doesn't need any musaida
He is
from
smart
society.
and he is youthful and he doesn't need any musaida. What's that?
Okay, so I said he is a headache because he thinks he's a smart youth. Oh, of Yom, of today.
Of today. Ooh.
And doesn't need help from society. The Kia.
Simran brought her A game on like India last night. What?
Wow.
It begins. The smack talking begins. Guys, that is all we have time for in the Lovin Dubai show. Goodbye from me.
That was some major shade there.
Can't wait to wear my Pakistan jersey.
Wow. That's it from me too.
That's it from us. If you want to see the full story, check it out on all of the Lovin Dubai social platforms. Has the smack talking begun?
I think it has, Casey. Bring it on.
Bring it.
Yeah.
India needs to bring it.
Okay, we'll see about
Goodbye, guys.
that.
We'll see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Bye.